submerged 11 barangays of the city to chest or waist deep flooding, send a strong message that no one, not even powerful individuals or businesses, can place private interests above public safety, ecological balance, and the rule of law.
Mr. President, ako po ay kaisa ninyo sa paglikha ng isang strong message. Gaano po kalakas ang gusto ninyo sapagkat nabingi na po siguro ang mga dapat makarinig nito. Kung kinakailang alugin natin, para sa ganon ay yung mga nabibingi po na hindi na makarinig, pag inalog mo naman siguro, baka mas lalo pong malakas ang message na ating may bibigay.
Today I rise and take the floor on matters of personal and collective privilege concerning a growing and deeply troubling issue in one of the most environmentally rich and biodiverse provinces of our country, Palawan. In the highly urbanized city of Puerto Princesa, I have received reports and personally witnessed how waterways such as rivers, creeks, and canals there have been diverted, piped over, or outright buried beneath roads and commercial properties. The consequences are already visible. Urban flooding and severe siltation of surrounding coastal and marine ecosystems. On July 19, 2025, Mr. President, Tropical Depression Christine forced the evacuation of 6,375 residents across 31 barangays in Puerto Princesa City due to massive flooding, underscoring the growing intensity of inundation in the city. And last February 10, 2025, heavy rainfall from an intertropical convergence zone, shear line and low pressure area submerged 11 barangays of the city to chest or waist deep flooding, paralyzing infrastructure and requiring over 1,000 truck trips to haul floodwaters. These events demonstrate the critical importance of upholding legal safeguards against encroachment in vulnerable zones. Article 51 of Presidential Decree number 1067, or the Water Code of the Philippines, expressly provides that the banks of rivers and streams and shores of the seas and lakes throughout the entire length and within a zone of 3 meters in urban areas, 20 meters in agricultural areas, and 40 meters in forested areas along their margins are subject to the easement of public use in the interest of recreation, navigation, floatage, fishing, and salvage. No person shall be allowed to stay in this zone longer than what is necessary for recreation, navigation, floatage, fishing, or salvage, or to build structures of any kind. Additionally, the unauthorized obstruction of a river or waterway or occupancy of a river bank or seashore without permission is punishable under Article 91 of the Water Code of the Philippines. Mr. President, the continued presence of illegal structures is not only a blatant violation of our environmental laws, it is also an affront to environmental integrity and a ticking time bomb for the safety and welfare of communities downstream. Our laws are clear. It is the duty of the local government units, the Palawan Council for Sustainable Development, the Department of Public Works and Highways, the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, and the National Water Resource Board to ensure the protection and upkeep of water system, not just for current use, but for future generations. If we allow this, Mr. President, not only are we setting a dangerous precedent, but we are also failing in our constitutional duty to protect the environment and uphold public interests over private gain. Therefore, I strongly urge the Senate, number one, to conduct an inquiry in aid of legislation to strengthen the existing relevant environmental laws and enforcement mechanisms. Two, direct the PCSD, DENR, DPWH, and DILG to investigate and submit a full report on the unauthorized structures obstructing waterways and natural drainage systems in the region, specifically identifying the persons responsible for building these illegal structures and public officials who are accountable for approving building permits for these illegal structures in the area. And finally, Mr. President, let this chamber send a strong message that no one, not even powerful individuals or businesses, can place private interests above public safety, ecological balance, and the rule of law. Palawan is a national treasure, Mr. President. Its rivers, springs, and creeks are not just part of its natural beauty. They are lifelines for communities, for agriculture, for ecosystems that sustain life. Let us not wait until the next flood, the next drought, or the next landslide to occur before we act, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President. I yield the floor.
Majority Leader.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Before this representation refer the speech of the good gentleman from Davao, may I just put into the records that we support the call of Senator Erwin Tulfo to look into this, and that indeed, Mr. President, this is a very pressing issue that we need to look into. Mr. President, the gentleman from Rizal and Tarlac, Senator Marcoleta, wanted to ask some questions. I move that he be recognized, Mr. President.
Senator Rodante Marcoleta is again recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I understand my colleague would like to entertain a few questions.
By all means, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President, Your Honor. I congratulate my colleague for delivering this speech, Mr. President, because I think we cannot undermine the importance of the measures in order to protect our rivers, our springs, and creeks and other tributaries. I just wonder, Mr. President, Your Honor, if you have come across an office called RBCO.
When I went to Palawan, Mr. President, I called for a meeting with the LGU, with the PCSD, DNR. Yes, I've heard of it. Unfortunately, Mr. President, they did not show up that day.
RBCO stands for River Basin Control Office, Mr. President.
Tama po.
I believe this is the lead government agency to implement any integrated project in regard to the management and development of river basins. We cannot complete the task of addressing problems regarding this issue, Mr. President, Your Honor, if we do not call this office. Ito po ay isang maliit na opisina naka-attach sa DNR. Ngunit ito ang hindi napapansin ng ating mga kababayan na siya ang merong mandato sa lahat ng ating mga ilog dito sa ating bansa. Ang katunayan po nito, may kinalaman ito para sa ganon ay maayos natin ang pagbaha sa ating bansa. Para magkaroon tayo ng integrated and comprehensive measures para ating ma-address ang pagbaha ng ating bansa. So ang Palawan ay isa lamang po, Mr. President, Your Honor. Kailangan po nating integrate ang lahat po ng ating gawain para maproteksyonan ang lahat ng ating mga komunidad na umaasa sa ating mga kailugan, sa lahat ng ating tributaries, at the same time protecting them for the sake of environment. Sana po, Mr. President, Your Honor, ay maisama nyo sa listahan ang napaka-importanting opisinang ito na kung tawagin ay River Basin Control Office.
Noted, Mr. President. Kaya po hindi rin nag-attend sa meeting itong RDCSO because RDSO kasi po hindi lang po kasi rivers sa pinag-uusapan dito, Mr. President, kundi lahat ng waterways na nasa hindi lamang sa lungsod, kundi sa buong lalawigan ng Palawan. Kaya po, may representante po ang Department of Environment and Natural Resources, tulad po ng nasabi ng ating kasamahan na ito ay bahagi or ahensya na nasa ilalim po ng Environment and Natural Resources, Mr. President.
Mr. President, Your Honor, sinabi po ninyo, let this chamber send a strong message that no one, not even powerful individuals or business, can place private interests above public safety, ecological balance, and the rule of law. How is strong, Mr. President, Your Honor?
Kaya nga po, Mr. President, tama po yun. Ito pong mga nangyaring disasters, maliwanag po na may mga violations po sa buong Palawan, particular na po sa lungsod ng Puerto Princesa, ay hindi lamang po apektado ang naturang lalawigan at lungsod, kundi ang buong bansa. Ang problemang ito ay ipinarating sa aking tanggapan ng mga residente ng Puerto Princesa, and there is an urgency. Ang problema po, hindi lang po sa Palawan nangyayari ito ngayon, kundi sa iba't ibang lugar ng ating bayan. Maging sa Metro Manila, ang pagtatayo ng mga struktura sa mga ilog, dito po sa Metro Manila at iba pang bayan. Kaya nga po ang mensahe, it does not matter kung sino po yan, kailangan po natin ng strict enforcement of the law, kailangan pong maimbestigahan ito, Mr. President, kailangan pong magsagawa tayo ng isang hearing para magkalinawan po tayo at may mensahe tayo at imbitahan ang mga opisyal o ahensya na namamahala patungkol dito para maiparating natin na ang pagtatayo po ng mga istruktura, ng mga building, ang paglalagay ng mga harang sa mga waterways ay illegal at hindi natin po papayagan dahil yan po ay labag sa batas.
Mr. President, ako po ay kaisa ninyo sa paglikha ng isang strong message. Kaya ako po tinatanong, gaano po kalakas ang gusto ninyo sapagkat maaari po nating pagtalunan gaano mang kalakas ito. Dahil sa ang marami po ay nagbigay ng malalakas na signal na o kaya malalakas na mensahe at nabingi na po siguro ang mga dapat makarinig nito. Kung kinakailang alugin natin, hindi lang naman messaging, siguro action po, Mr. President, Your Honor, para sa ganon ay yung mga nabibingi po na hindi na makarinig, pag inalog mo naman siguro, baka mas lalo pong malakas ang message na ating may bibigay. Salamat po, Mr. President. Salamat po, Your Honor.
Majority Leader.
Mr. President, the gentleman from Nueva Ecija and Camarines Norte, Senator Robin Hood Padilla, is also seeking the floor. I move that he be recognized, Mr. President.
Yes, before I recognize Senator Robin Hood Padilla, Senator Erwin Tulfo wants to be recognized as the gentleman from Palawan. Senator Robin Hood Padilla
Mr. President, thank you.
Is recognized.
Maraming salamat po, Ginoong Tagapangulo at sa ating pinunong Mayurya. Happy birthday. Kung mamarapatin po ng aking pinsan, Senator Erwin Tulfo, kung maaari lang po ako makapagtanong.
Opo, by all means.
Senator, totoo po ba na dyan po sa Palawan, karamihan ng apektado po dyan sa inyong talumpati ay mga katutubo? Meron po bang mga katutubo na tinamaan dito sa sinasabi niyo po?
Sa aking pong pag-iimbestiga, tayo po ay nagtungo doon 2 linggo na nakakaraan. Ang pagbaha po ay nangyari lamang sa kalunsuran. Wala naman po sa kabundukan at maraming salamat sa Panginoong Diyos at kay Allah na wala pong tinamaan na mga katutubo.
Opo. Marami po ba dyan ay maaring naidulot din ng mga minahan? Dahil ngayon po, ang alam po natin, dyan po sa Palawan, pagkabaha po ang pinag-usapan, ito po ay nagmumula sa kabundukan pababa. At meron daw pong kinalaman. Totoo po ba ito na meron daw pong kinalaman ang mga minahan?
Kaya nga po, Mr. President, nais ko pong magpatawag ng isang agarang investigasyon at maipatawag po ang mga opisyal po, ang Local Government Unit, ang Department of Environment Natural Resources, ang MGB, ang Mines and Geosciences Bureau, pati na ang LGU, para malaman po natin kung may mga minahan nga po na dahilan ng pagbaha na ito. Pero sa pagkakaalam ko po, Mr. President, mahal na Pangulo, 3 lang po ang minahan doon. Isa pong illegal, 2 illegal. Kailangan pong ipasara yung 2 illegal, mahal na Pangulo.
Yun po. Meron po kasi tayong mga sinagawang investigasyon dahil tayo po ang namumuno na ang komite patungkol po sa indigenous communities. Marami po dyan sa kanila ang nagsasabi yung kanila pong mga patubig na kinukunan po nila ng inumin ay naapektuhan na po ng mga minahan. Kaya ako po ay sumasaludo at sumusuporta po sa inyong gagawing investigasyon at hinihingi ko po sana na kapag ito po ay isinagawa ay mapunta rin po sa ating komite para tayo po ay personal na makapunta po dahil tayo po ang tagapangulo ng indigenous communities dahil matagal na po itong reklamo aming mahal na senador na totoo po na talagang yung kanilang tubig doon ay nahaluan na ng kung ano mang chemical ang ginagamit po sa minahan. Yun lamang po. Maraming salamat po sa inyo.
Maraming salamat po, Senator Robin Hood Padilla. Nais ko lamang po susugan, mahal na Pangulo, if you would allow me, yung sinasabi po ng ating pong mahal na senador ay ang kanyang tinutukoy po itong minahan sa Nara, Palawan na isa pong illegal mining. Tama po siya na yung wala po silang catch basin para sa kanilang mga chemical. Ito po ay dumadaloy na lamang sa mga basakan at mga ilog. Kailangan nga po talagang at napapanahon na maimbestigahan po ang naturang minahan, mahal na Pangulo.
Thank you, Senator Tulfo, Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, again, we join our colleagues in pursuing the truth behind this very questionable activities in the great province of Palawan. We are happy that our dear colleague hails from the great province of Palawan. Mr. President, at this juncture, may I respectfully move that we refer the privileged speech of Senator Erwin Tulfo, the gentleman from Palawan, and all the interpellations and manifestations thereon to the Committee on Environment, Natural Resources, and Climate Change as the primary committee. And as mentioned a while ago by Senator Robin Hood Padilla, joint and as secondary committee, the Committee on Cultural Communities and Muslim Affairs. I so move, Mr. President.
Is there objection? There being none, so referred.